Hello, this is Lorelei Rutledge at the J. Willard Marriott Library, and I'd like to welcome you to Video 3 of the Managing and Maintaining Your Scholarly Profile series. Today, we'll talk about using the databases Scopus and Web of Science to see who's citing your research. So to start, we're going to go to the library homepage at lib.utah.edu, and then we'll go ahead and click on Research Databases, and we'll choose S and scroll down to Scopus. Scopus is a citation database or an indexing database, so they index multiple journals and keep track of the citations, and we'll see in a moment why that's important. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Author Search, and I've entered the author name and initial and affiliation for Dr. Les Podlog, who works at the University of Utah. You can go ahead and enter yourself if you like, and we'll go ahead and search. And right away you'll see that we get a list with his name on it. The affiliation looks correct, so I'm going to go ahead and click here, and this is going to take us to a page of author details about Dr. Podlog. If you click on your own name, you should see your own author details, including how many of the documents you've written have been indexed in Scopus. So right away we're going to see a list here showing the number of documents that Dr. Podlog has written in the years between 2009 and 2019, and also the number of citations his work has gotten throughout those years. Over here on the right side, we're going to see the H index. Again, an H index of 17 means that Dr. Podlog has written at least 17 items that have been cited at least 17 times. If you're searching yourself, you may notice that this number looks a little bit different than the number in Google Scholar. And one of the reasons for that is that Scopus works really hard to eliminate duplicate citations. So for instance, if one author had written one article that cited your work, but that article happened to have a couple different versions that showed up on Google, Google might accidentally count that as two separate citations, but Scopus works hard to minimize that. We can also see under here a list of the number of documents that the author has created that have been indexed in Scopus, and the total citations and number of documents. So let's scroll down and actually see the document list here. And right now they're sorted by date, but I'm going to go ahead and change to cited by highest, and right away we can see the list and how many times each article has been cited. If I want to see the articles that cite the specific article, I can go ahead and click in the number under the cited by column. And this is going to give me a list of those citations, and I can click on Analyze Search Results if I want to get a visual presentation of this data. So for instance, the number of documents citing that original document by Dr. Podlog broken out by the year of publication. I can also scroll down and see which of these documents had funding and by what funding sponsor. So this also has some information. If you're looking up yourself, this is just a good opportunity to see when your work is being cited. So if it's something that you wrote in, say, 2005 and it's still being cited in 2016, that might be something that you'd want to put in your tenure or post-tenure narrative. This can also be an opportunity for you to see what other scholars are using your work, and if you'd like to work with any of them or read the work that they are doing in the same field. So now let's go ahead and switch gears. We're back at the library homepage, and I'm going to click on Research Databases, and this time on W for Web of Science. Web of Science works similarly to Scopus, but they look a little bit different. So we'll take a look at both of them. Once I'm in Web of Science, I'm going to click on Author Search, and I'll do the same thing that I did before. I'll enter Dr. Podlog's information. You can also select a research domain if you like. I'm not going to do that, but I will go ahead and select organization, and just make sure that I mark the checkbox next to University of Utah. And then I'm going to finish my search. You can also go ahead and just do the search on yourself if you like. And so you'll see that right now this is organized by time cited. So this is showing that the article that's been cited the most by materials that are indexed in Web of Science is this one right here. I can go ahead and click on that time cited, and I can see what those articles are. I can also click on this Create Citation Report and learn a little bit about those publications that are citing his work. So what are they? Who's written them, right? What citations have they gotten over time? I can also go back just to the results of the search on Dr. Podlog, and I can just go ahead and also click on Create Citation Report for his results. And so that's going to show me, right, that his H index here is 13. It's going to show the number of average citations per item, and also the number of citing articles and sum of times cited, both with and without self-citations. So this is interesting too, because if you look down here, you can see, okay, this top one, for instance, this got cited 6 times in 2015 and 16 times in 2017, once so far in 2019 for a total of 58 times. So this can kind of give you a sense of when your work is picking up speed. And this is different based on discipline, so knowing this might give you a sense of how long it's going to take kind of for your work to disseminate more broadly. And so one common question that people sometimes ask is whether they should go with Scopus or with Web of Science. And the answer is that you should check both. They index different journals and contain different materials, so you can look at both to get a sense of the fullest picture of who's citing your work. If you have questions about this or any other material that I've covered in these videos, please feel free to contact me via email at lorelei.rutledge@utah.edu. Thank you so much for your time, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video, which will cover how to set up a profile in ORCID.